Hi, I just had to unmute my camera, or my microphone. Anyways, my name is Vanessa Lech. I'm not going to be using my fancy computer equipment today because I want to pop on here real quick. I've been taking some time off, but I'm going to pop on here and do a quick live update. I've got a list of updates I can include and I'm going to include. So anyways, just in case you didn't notice already, I'm now on Rumble, rumble.com/hello Vanessa Media. I'm trying that out. YouTube.com/hello Vanessa Media, all podcasting platforms where podcasts can be found. LinkedIn, this is live streaming there on YouTube as we speak. You can subscribe to YouTube, share on LinkedIn, follow me on LinkedIn, whatever you want to do. I don't care. And then hellovanessamedia.com/info for more information, or just hellovanessamedia.com. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, I have a brand new anger management book that just came out. I'm extremely excited about it. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and play the promo video on that right now. All right, so it's now available for order, not just pre-order. It's been released now. So FYI about that. You can go to hellovanessamedia.com for more information. The link is also in the description of this video or podcast if you're listening. All right, so the Office of Inspector General, U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs emailed me. I think it was an error, though, in the last number of weeks because the case was supposed to be closed, and I covered that in a different video. You can check out my YouTube playlist for organized list of that. It's up right now. And basically, I actually organized it even more in my playlist. I have, I think, an Office Inspector General playlist now, seriously. So you can look at it there. But I think they sent it to me in error, and they were basically asking for my contact information, which I already provided. And I think that it was some kind of robo-auto email that got sent out by accident. I don't think they meant to send it. But who knows? Maybe they did, and maybe I'll hear back. And if I do, I'll be reporting back immediately about that. All right, so the Merit System Protection Board keeps seeing news basically where Congress is talking about dealing with that. They have a lack of quorum, which means they don't have enough members to make a decision about appeals and whatnot. And so it's a lot of issues there. But evidently they voted one person in and still not enough people to have a quorum of 3 people is my understanding of what they need, if not mistaken, and to start voting on things. I have an appeal pending. Long story. You can check out my VA saga if you want to learn more about that. I hope they dismiss it because I just don't care anymore. I'm just so over. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, if you've been following it all, you'll know it's been the bane of my existence, my nemesis for going on 10 years now. And it's just always a problem. And I just am sick of dealing with the organization on like every level possible. Okay, so let's see. The Veterans Affairs Organization, I think their physical survey just came in my mailbox in the last number of days, and I haven't had a chance to look at that. But when I do, I will be definitely sharing that in every step of the way because I think it's something that needs to be shared. All right, there's news on the burn pits that military veterans were exposed to that they believe made them sick with various illnesses. It's being covered extensively throughout the nation now and has been for a number of years. The local news stations have done a fantastic job of covering this. And so the Veterans Affairs Organization, who was just appointed by the new president, he actually is supportive of legislation regarding burn pits. That totally shocked me. The link to one of the news stories, a local news story that covered it, is actually in the description of this video right now. You can check it out for more information about that. But the reason it surprises me so much is because the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs historically has been basically trying to minimize, dismiss, and ignore all of the problems from burn pit victims that they had and survivors regarding burn pits and the possible hazards related to all of those and possible illnesses linked to all of those burn pits as well. So this is a huge turnaround. It's not a total shock because of the fact that this person was appointed by the current president, President Biden, whose son passed away. And President Biden believes that illness that was terminal that caused his son to pass away was due to exposures to burn pits. So through his military service, it being in that area where the smoke was, the burn pits. Okay. So this is a very controversial topic. And so it's yet to be determined what, if any, legislation will be passed, what that will look like. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on it and definitely reporting back basically as soon as I learn more about that. And right now I've got a lot of alerts, news alerts coming to me about news coming out. But this, like I'm actually going to do a video about history of the secretaries of the Veterans Affairs Organization during my freaking almost 10 years of dealing with this organization. And I'm not going to get into all that now, but what I will say is the current Secretary of the VA, I definitely like now, because there's an ounce of integrity in this person for choosing to acknowledge that burn pits are a legitimate issue. And that's something that is lacking in the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, is integrity. All right. So, trying to see if there's anything else. All right, so yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up for today of the things I really wanted to mention. Oh, there was one other thing. It's a positive thing, actually. So the other day, I got a direct number from my local Fort Polk CBOC to call the Alexandria, Louisiana Veterans Affairs Medical Center. And I was like, oh God, here we go. I'm going to have to, because they don't really like the email. They're not really into technology at all at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. And so I was like, oh my God, now I'm going to have to deal with these horrendous VA phone menus. And so I actually am going to probably do a whole video on the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs phone menus. In fact, I think I'm actually going to call all the menus as a part of the video / podcast, just so everyone can listen to these horrible menus and see how bad they really are. But anyways, normally when you call anything having to do with U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs whatsoever, except for the White House hotline, which if you've been watching my videos, you know it's like my favorite number at the VA to report and to complain and even to compliment people on, okay? But outside of that, that's the only good phone menu that you have where you can get a hold of a human. The rest of them suck and they're terrible, okay? And so I thought I was going to deal with those horrible phone menus where it hangs up on you. You can't get through to anyone to save your life. And by the way, it's raining right now outside and thundering. Anyways, so that was not the case, though. A human being actually answered the phone right away, the number I was given. Very nice person. I think they were a scheduler of some type. And then they transferred me to the department to get a hold of. And another human being actually answered the phone and scheduled me immediately for an appointment that was actually within, like, my convenience, which was shocking, okay? And the person was, like, super nice to me and, like, just really professional. All right. That's all I have for today. I wish you all the best. Bye.